Yo, what up, guys? Welcome back to the fastest growing sports gambling podcast in the tri-state area. We got AA Anthony Alessino. We got the graduate Bryan Castiglione. And my name, as always, is James Hawkinjos. And this is Parlay-Vous. All right, what's up, guys? It's the Week 5 show. So, be completely cut and dry about it. I spent the day upstate watching youth football, so I did not watch any of the NFL football on Sunday. So with that being said, I'm just going to kick the intro on over to you two. We got Alessino and Bryan today, by the way.
But you did watch football.
I watched youth football, yeah. Cornwall Dragons, baby.
Okay.
4 games at the field all day. First game at 11 a.m. Last game started at 4:30.
Good.
Woke up at 5 a.m. Drove up
We don't
there.
care about that.
Yeah, it was a whole day.
Drama. Bryan, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Did you have a good week?
Nope.
Nah, I had the first bad week, and it was all thanks to the Jets. He disrespects me and wears this shirt. Can't understand why. Almost like I'm a villain, but that's fine. Anyway, so we're going to recap it. We're not going to do the 3 big things because, you know, a third of the 3 big things didn't watch football, but it's fine. We're going to kick the Bryan for 1 right now.
There's one medium thing.
And then then I'll talk, and we're gonna have a good time today. We're gonna figure it out. So what do you got?
All right, so one medium thing that we can
thing.
Well, it's nothing crazy, but I feel like after this weekend, after watching the Carolina Cowboys game, I kind of feel like Carolina may be a pretty interesting team. They did lose to the Cowboys, but they hung in. They wound up coming back. Same record as the Bucs right now. They might easily be the second best team in that division. I'm not saying that they're dethroning the Bucs are gonna make a huge run, but they're much more interesting than they have been for the last 2 or 3 years, for sure. And I think Darnold is a huge part of that.
They have a very good defense.
Yeah.
They have much better skill players than he ever had with the Jets, which is funny to say because Robbie's over there, but Robbie has been almost insignificant.
But you know who it's been about.
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore.
An animal right now.
How about this? Sam Darnold, I don't know if it's the NFL leader or the team leader in rushing touchdowns.
He's tied for the NFL leader.
NFL leader in rushing touchdowns.
Yep.
And he's the first player to have that many rushing touchdowns in that many games, which is weird. You'd figured Lamar or Mike Vick would have that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, he looks great. I agree, Bryan. I think there's a chance that they're a playoff team. I think this is so beneficial for Darnold to not have McCaffrey. I know it sounds crazy, but if you can win without him, getting him back only helps the cause. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're so reliant on McCaffrey to get these wins for you. Darnold is winning the games. So I think that is that. I wouldn't even say it's a medium thing. I would say it's a pretty big thing. I mean, so for my point, I would say 2 things about New York football. I think, yeah, we all know they won. That's great. Like, phenomenal, right? But Saquon looked the best he's looked since, I mean, I would say pre-injury, right? I mean, he looked great. And I hate to say it because they lost me a lot of money, but the Jets, Zach Wilson, showed flashes of making throws. Now, he missed wide open guys, especially the one in overtime where they could have ended it right away, but he made throws. I don't know if you saw any of that game.
0 highlights.
All right, Bryan, what do you think? He made some throws.
I have to say, Zach Wilson definitely looked the best he's looked all year, and it was pretty good.
Now,
I think, sorry to cut you off. I think a huge addition to that, and you can kind of see it if you were watching, Jamison Crowder.
Oh my God, right on the head.
He's catching everything. Same way he was last year with Darnold. I think I don't know the exact number, but I remember last year he was finishing games with 8 or 9.
Or 7. Yeah.
And that's how it felt yesterday. Every single time.
He's always open.
Mm-hmm.
He's always open. He's always, even going back to his time in Washington, he's just always open in that slot. He's what they were missing. And again, all these guys are out. What's his face? Jeff Smith, and again, gets in a car crash during the week. He gets a concussion in the car accident. He's out. Elijah Moore got the concussion last week. He's out. Someone else was hurt. They dressed Denzel Mims for the first time in 2 weeks. 10 offensive snaps out of 60. What's going on?
I don't know. I don't know.
Salas
had the defense. I know you didn't see it. Salas had the defense playing very well.
Jax had 8 or 9 team sacks.
It was It was 7 or 8.
I can't remember the last time they had that many sacks in a game.
They were fired up. I mean, that was the first time I've seen shades of like, okay, this guy's going to be a good coach. Okay, this quarterback, he's going to be all right. I mean, I'll just segue right into it. Last night, Mac Jones, same thing. He looked better than Zach Wilson up until week 4, like so far. But last night he looked tremendous because it was like, oh, all right, they could rely on this guy. This guy's going to grow into a franchise guy. And I think the Patriots did a phenomenal job of stopping Brady, stopping Godwin. I know there was no Gronk, but still, they stopped those guys. I think it was a big win for the Patriots last night, even though they lost. They lost by probably 2 feet, maybe less than. It was that field goal hit the crossbar. So, Mac Jones looked good. Zach Wilson looked good. Drew Lock looked bad.
Drew Lock played.
Didn't see Drew Lock.
Drew Lock played.
Teddy Bridgewater got a concussion. Drew Lock came in the second half, and he looked bad. He looked bad, and that was like.
But no Jerry Judy. I mean, I didn't watch any of the football.
No Hamler.
No Hamler, no Judy. I mean, yeah.
It was just confirmation that they made the right call with Teddy Bridgewater. Like for me, at least.
All right.
So
I was thinking while you guys were going before we go to guest lines, I didn't watch on Sunday, but I did watch Thursday night, and as I'm sure you both know in the room, I don't know if Jack knows. Only twice in Trevor Lawrence's career has he lost a game when leading in the fourth quarter. Both times it's Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
The one game in LSU in the playoffs and Thursday night.
Yeah.
Real excited for these two.
They both look good.
Real excited to watch these two play each other. These
James Robinson look good.
I know they're not in the business of winning football in Jacksonville right now, but they have the chance to turn it around quick. They're gonna be picking in the top 5 come April.
Yeah.
But 2022, 2023, they have the chance to turn this thing around.
Remember, they're gonna get next year. You view it as a second draft pick with Travis Etienne, right? You get him back.
Is he done for the year now?
Yeah.
Oh,
but you get him back next year. You're going to get another first-round pick. The biggest problem with Jacksonville is right now, in my opinion, their coach. Your coach can't be the biggest headline on your team, dude. It can't happen. And we saw that. It's just it's weird. But
I don't know if it's a bigger issue than that swinging gate of an offensive line that they got down there. But
we'll see with Burrow now.
Now I don't think we could get this bet on the book we currently use. But, come December or whatever, when it becomes full go in New York, I would imagine you could get this bet somewhere. Urban Meyer fired after 1 year. Or first coach fired.
Yeah.
Which I think he's creeping in. I still think Nagy and Cliff Kingsbury, now, despite they blew the doors off the Rams, he probably is going to start to push himself out of that conversation. But now I think Matt Nagy, Urban Meyer, first coach fired.
I think that he might be the worst coach that's 4-0. In the history of
Kingsbury.
Yeah.
Probably.
It might happen.
It's possible.
But do you have anything else you want to say before we move to
I'm all good.
Okay. All right.
I'm all set.
So we're going on to week 5 picks. And here we go. Thursday night football. I'm gonna take over again here. Thursday night football. We got the LA Rams headed to Seattle. Seattle wins yesterday. And the Rams drop one to the Cardinals. I still think the Rams are a better team. I still think the Rams are going to run the ball through Seattle's throat. And so that I'll just leave it at that. I got Rams -6.
I have Rams -5.5. Same exact reason.
You hate that it's close like that, but go ahead.
I think just on the road coming off of the shelling, it's going to be a little bit closer. I got the Rams -2.
Ooh.
Hot start this week, Jimmy at -2.
Oh my God, Jim, stop.
Dead on. Wow.
Dead on. See, look, last week I had this early run on Guess the Lines and I wound up winning, and I got absolutely decimated by the book this week. So it doesn't necessarily. You figure with a good grip on the lines, you'd be able to work them in your favor, right?
But no, it doesn't work.
It doesn't
like
always
that.
work that way.
All right, so then we go to Sunday's games. We're going to start with a 9 a.m. game. The Jets coming off.
This game was in London.
And it's the Jets.
Fuck, I probably should have scored it differently.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, it is what it is.
So I got the Jets, and they're going to be at Atlanta. Atlanta's the home team, but they're both in London. I think Atlanta's better. I had Atlanta this week in one of my plays, and it didn't pan out against Washington, but I think they're still better. But the Jets showed promise. I got Atlanta -4 on the road at home.
So, like I said, I forgot this was the Atlanta game. My fault. To be fair, the sheet does say 1 p.m. on it. Had it said 9 a.m., I would have figured it out. Whatever. I originally went to go mark the Jets as favorites, and I was going to make them like 1.5 point favorites, something like that. But then I was like, nah, let's not overreact. Atlanta by 4.5 is what I wound up going with.
I got the Jets at 1.5.
That's funny. That's funny.
It's almost unacceptable, but let's hear
so
it.
5, 4.5, 1.5 for the Jets on Bryan?
4.
4.5.
4.5.
The Atlanta is the favorite at 3.5.
Okay.
So Alcino gets 1.
All right. That's possible.
You know what I thought though? My reasoning in that was, I'm like, all right, well, Atlanta they haven't won decidingly against anyone.
No.
Jets just went out and beat the Titans. Maybe Vegas is like,
Well, and they finally
That's,
finally showed you what they might be able to do against bad to mediocre defenses, because the
which
first
Atlanta
3
is.
defenses were top tier, and now Atlanta's another bad defense. But I ultimately wound up swinging it back that way.
But Tennessee, just real quick before I move on, Tennessee this was more about Tennessee than the Jets to me, even though they did a lot of good things.
I agree.
But whatever. All right, here we go. So now we go 1:00, and we got Green Bay headed to Joe Burrow's home, the Bengals. The Bengals look pretty good. I mean, Green Bay looked good last night, but they played I think a decimated offense of the Steelers. I just don't think Big Ben has it anymore, so I think it was pretty easy for Green Bay. I got Green Bay -6.5 on the road.
I couldn't go all the way, up to the touchdown or right near it anyway, but I do think Green Bay should be heavily favored in this game. They're just right now blazing everyone in their path. I got them by 5 on the road.
Until you stop Devontae
Devontae Adams.
then it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? What do you got?
I have them by 6.5.
6.5, 6.5, 5?
Yep.
What do we got, Jack?
Jesus.
Green Bay's favored at 3.5.
All right.
Oh,
I'll take the 1, and I mean, you're probably going to want to smash
Yeah.
that.
That's low. Am I wrong?
No.
Get on it
You're gonna
now
wanna
because
smash
that's
that
too
one.
low. Anyway, so next game we got Detroit Lions. They are heading to the Vikings. The Vikings played a tough one. They played a close one with the Browns. I got Detroit favored in this game.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Good
I got
for you,
Detroit
yeah.
-2.
It's not even spicy. It's like lemon pepper dry rub.
I got Detroit -2.
Also very solid.
I got Detroit -2. I don't
All
really
right,
have
dude.
much to say. Go ahead.
Now, I didn't watch Cleveland, Minnesota, but going off of the first 3 weeks, Minnesota's playing very good football. Kirk Cousins quietly having an MVP front-running first quarter of the year here. Going through the first 3 weeks, 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions,
Mhm.
going for like 320 a game. I don't think Vegas is playing around with them against Detroit. I got them by 7.5 at home.
So I made a colossal mistake, you're saying.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
All right.
I have Minnesota by 7.5.
Oh my God.
And you know what it is? All right, so kind of going off what Hawk and Joseph was saying, I put money on the Lions this week because I'm like, the versus the Bears, Justin Field didn't look too great. Maybe this is the week the Lions do something. Not even. And I just don't think it's there. So yeah, give me Minnesota 7.5.
Minnesota's the favorite at 7.5.
Let's go.
All
Hawk.
right.
Oh, that's
So we both get 2.
that's crucial.
And Ant's now in 3rd place again.
All right, that's crucial. Anyway, now I'm my confidence is now in the shitter, so it's gonna get all right. Here we go. Next, we got the Denver Broncos at Pittsburgh. We just talked about the quarterback troubles at Pittsburgh, but let me tell you, this quarterback troubles in Denver. He has a concussion. He left the game. I don't know if he'll be ready. Drew Lock looks like garbage. I still think Denver's the better team. Is it crazy for me to say? I went Denver -1.5 on the road.
Nah, now when I scored this, I didn't know Teddy got hurt and went out and probably isn't going to play. And even if he is going to play, the line's not going to reflect that right now. So, hey, this is what it is. It comes with the game. But I do think when you have, 2, even if it's Teddy or Drew, it's still mediocre quarterback play at best. And then Ben's giving you mediocre at best. So I always want to defer to defenses. I think Denver's a little bit better than Pittsburgh. I got them by 3.5 on the road.
I got them by 3.5 on the road also.
All right.
Oh,
Obviously,
wow.
you guys spoke.
I
before
promise you
today.
there was no collusion.
I'm getting double
We
teamed
sat
over
in
here.
silence,
We
dude.
sat in 2 different parts of the room. He was writing it on the record.
I'm getting double teamed over here. Go ahead.
Pittsburgh is the favorite at -1.
So what did you have?
-1.5 for Denver.
So you're going to get it, though.
Yeah, I got it. That's
So
a little.
you guys both have 2, and you're both 3 behind
A
me.
little suspect. Anyway, here we go. Miami is headed to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay won a close one last night. Miami's still up in the air with Tua. He's not going to play because he's on the IR, right? So Tampa Bay -7.5. I might even went too low, but go ahead. Can't take it back.
I agree that we both may have went too low on this one, but I didn't even know he was on the IR designated to return, honestly. Here's my thing. Are they much better with Tua? Like, real quick, without getting that far into
Marginally
it,
better? No.
If you listen to Simmons is comparing this to Odin Durant, meaning Tua and Herbert, on, in this, and he might be right, dude. Like, Tua, just, even when he's in, is, especially with her, like, is Tua it, dude?
It's not exciting.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
I think they're almost better off. The line should be better with Brissett in than it would
That's-
be if Tua was in. If
That is
not
a
the
hot
same.
take. That's a hot take. But what do you have?
6.5. Did I say 6.5?
I don't know.
he did
6.5. Tampa Bay
I
6.5.
have, Tampa Bay at 8.5.
So we got 6.5, 7.5, 8.5. What do we got, Jack?
We got -10.
I'll tell you.
That's a big spread. I'm not sure about that.
That is a big
I was
old.
gonna go
it's
9,
a big old
but I
one.
thought I was too high.
All right. New Orleans is headed to Washington, the football team. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I just didn't know. I pick them.
Fair enough. I just two of the biggest, at least gambling enigmas in the NFL right now, because New Orleans comes out one day, we think they're going to beat the brakes off the Giants, and then the professional team in Washington, we would have expected to write them off by now, but they keep hanging around, and Taylor Heineke's winning games. Standard at home 2.5 for Washington.
1.5 for Washington.
New Orleans the favorite at 1.5.
So you got that one?
Yeah.
You didn't get it on the head though, right?
No, I wanted the point, so that's why I did pick them. I knew it was going to be like that. I knew it was going to be really close to 0. But anyway, we'll head to the next game. We got Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know what to think about them. They had a really good offensive showing, but who doesn't against the Chiefs at this point? They're headed to Carolina, which Carolina looks A-okay, as we spoke about on the show several times already. Carolina -5.5.
Yeah, I mean, and Connor, I don't know if you saw, because you also have you're linked to the House of Havoc Instagram. Connor went back to the post and commented all of Jalen Hurts' stats, and this is what I'll say to you, Connor. The fucking saga continues, dude. Everyone lights up the Chiefs. That's not impressive to me. It's not a good defense. They're bad. They might be like 25th ranked or worst. I don't know the exact number. They're not good on defense. They could be very close to 0-5, like if they played a decent team. Not messing around. Carolina by 9.
Wow.
Ooh. Give me Panthers by 5.5.
Yeah, that's
Panthers are -4.
okay.
All right.
So
Pretty
you
well
guys
taken, yeah.
both get it?
That's good. We caught up. That's a little bit of catch up
Yeah.
right there. All right. We're going to continue on. Tennessee,
Jack, that was 4.5.
No, 4.
4 straight. Tennessee, in the most lackluster performance I've ever seen in my life, disgusted. They'll head to Jacksonville against, not a great team in Jacksonville, but I think a better team than the Jets, at least I thought. Now I'm not so sure. So I can't fathom Tennessee not being favorited, even on the road. I'm not going to give them all that, because if we're not sure about A.J. Brown and we're not sure about Julio Jones, Tennessee -3.5. That's all they get from me.
I still think Jacksonville's bad at football, despite how bad or vulnerable they may have looked against the Jets. A little bit of the Corey Davis revenge game thing going on. I couldn't give them a touchdown. I do have them by 5.5 on the road.
I have them by 7.5 on the road.
You might be right. I just couldn't give them I couldn't do
I
it.
also scored it as if Jones and Brown will be back.
Okay,
See,
yeah.
I scored it assuming they both weren't going to play.
I also scored it as if they both weren't going to play and they were going to play another. Jacksonville's going to be able to score on them. So, right?
I mean, everyone can score on them.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So
These
now
games
it's a matter
always go
of
over.
whether you could stop them.
Tennessee's -4.
Oh.
So I was -5.5. You were -3.5. So it's you, right?
Yeah.
So you and me are tied now at 5
See
apiece.
that? You just gotta slow and steady wins the race. Here we go.
Yeah,
Next
you were
game.
freaking out.
Well, because I'm having a bad start to the season. Last year I was winning these things far and away, but it doesn't matter. Here we go. This is the last 1:00 game. New England heads to Houston. I'm pretty sure. I don't know what I'm thinking when I wrote this, so I'm gonna go with it because I wrote it. But -6.5.
New England.
That's way too low.
-6.5.
That's way too low, but it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's way
deserve
too
it.
low. I think I might also be too low. I mean, they were fucking 17-point
10.
underdogs last week, and they lost by 40.
40, yeah.
I have,
10.
10 exactly.
Yeah.
New
Go
England
ahead,
laying
say
10.
14 and win.
I have New England at 3.5.
Whoa. Okay. Let's hear it, Chief.
New England's -9.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
I went too low.
That's not enough.
No,
And I wrote 6.5, and that's not
I don't
enough.
think 9's enough.
All right,
I
first.
think they beat up on Houston that bad.
They almost
Yeah,
beat
it's
the
40
Bucks.
nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, the first
You're
quarter
right, you're
was,
right.
whatever.
I wasn't thinking.
All right, first 4:00 game. Chicago will head to Vegas. Vegas plays tonight. We're not sure, but we know they're 3-0. Chicago, who knows? Justin Fields probably going to start. They looked pretty good. I mean, I think the Lions were their own worst enemy, but we won't talk about that. Vegas by 3.
Yeah, I kind of scored this assuming no matter what happens tonight, even if they lose, they're going to play competitive ball, and I got them by 3.5.
Yeah.
3.5 for me also. Vegas.
Sheesh.
Vegas is 5.5.
So me and Brian are gonna split
That's a lot. That's fine. Next game, we got Cleveland headed to the Chargers. Again, the Chargers play tonight. Again, Chargers are probably, I won't even say that. I won't even say the Chargers are a better team. I got Cleveland favored in this game, -2.5.
Again, I'm assuming this is going to be a good competitive game no matter who wins. I think Cleveland's obviously marginally better than Chicago, at least offensively.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still going Chargers by 2.5 at home.
Wow. All right.
I actually thought this would be a pick 'em, to be honest.
So -2.5 for Cleveland, -2.5 for the Chargers.
And
Pick 'em.
0.
That's incredible. All right.
Chargers are the favorite by a half.
So it's Bryan.
Oh, give me that.
So
I
it's,
just-
Damn.
So it's
that's
Bryan.
wild.
and
Alessino's back in third place.
it's amazing.
Five,
I'm gonna
5, 6, 7.
I'll hit this one on the head though. Don't worry. The Giants are headed to Dallas, and the Giants are not that good at football still. They did look better. Galladay rose from his slumber. Barkley looks like his knees are fully healed. Dallas -7. All that being said, give me Dallas by over a touchdown, -7.5.
It's not enough.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. I say it's not enough. I'm going with another even 10-point spread for
Wow,
Dallas.
it's-
10 on the nose for Dallas.
See now, hold on, stop.
It's in Jerry World.
Hold on, stop. It was less than 10 for New England at Houston. So that shows how much you think of the Giants. Move on. Go ahead.
I have Dallas at 6.5.
6.5, 7.5, 10. Even. What do you got?
Got Dallas at 7 even.
So Brian got it on the head.
No.
I got 6.5.
And I got,
Oh.
what?
You got 7.5.
7.5.
So I would get it. 'cause it's-
Yeah.
Tie goes to, yeah. So it's me and Brian tied for first and a distant third by 2.
This is there by 2. Really need to hit one on the head here. San Fran, don't know who the quarterback's going to be. At Arizona, undefeated, 4-0. I made it clear I don't think he's a good coach. He's a good coach, not a great coach. Can't win a championship with an okay coach. Give me Arizona -6.5.
I just find it hard to make big spreads for Arizona one way or the other for a litany of reasons. I'm giving Arizona 4.5.
Eek.
I'm giving Arizona 3.5.
I feel like I should be right on this one. Go ahead, tell us, Jack.
Arizona's -5.5.
I had 4.5. What did you have?
6.5.
You got it.
Just- You know,
Loses another
it's
tie.
just-
It
it's
sucks
tough.
when you lose ties, right?
Yeah,
I lost a lot of
man.
ties last year.
Buffalo at KC. In probably, this is the night game, and probably the best game of the week.
Easily.
And I'm going to tell you right now, KC doesn't do it for me right now. Until they figure it out, Buffalo is going to score on them. I don't have Buffalo as the favorite because I don't think you can. Did anybody do
Oh,
that?
I think you can.
So somebody did.
I think
Okay,
you can.
give me KC -1.5.
All right, no, I agree. The spread should be anywhere from 3 to 3 on either end. Anything outside of that, I think, is a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
But Buffalo kind of seems a little world beaterish right now. I know they got off to a sloppy start, but since then, I mean, they go 40-0 on. They're getting it together. And KC has done the opposite of really get it together. They've kind of just kept it moving. Buffalo by 2.5.
I have KC 1.5.
So 1.5, Buffalo 2.5.
It's ridiculous.
Kansas City's the favorite at 2.5.
All right. So we
All right.
both get it.
All right.
See, now I understand that, but my thing with KC is if they can't stop teams, they can't win a game. And I was telling Bryan yesterday, I'm like, if they don't make a stop, they don't win this game. They need 3 stops against the Eagles to win the game. That's all they need. That's all they need because they're going to score every time they touch the ball. And yeah, they made just enough. You know what I mean? Like they did they win by 12?
Yeah,
Yeah.
42-30.
But they literally, it was a shootout. They did just enough,
So, real quick before we get into this, we're getting into the Monday night game. It's the final matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Brian are tied
Mm-hmm.
at 8 apiece,
Okay.
and you have 6. So you can make it a 3-way tie if you
Mm.
nail this one on the head,
Wow.
or someone can win.
I don't have it.
You can play for a tie, or you could just fucking lose. But
I definitely fucking lost. I got to
but
hit it on
let's
the head.
go.
All right, here we go. Monday night game. Indianapolis Colts will head to Baltimore. I don't know how I feel about either of these teams. I took Indy to win last week. They did that for me. I'm nervous. I'm trying to build up some suspense here. I don't know if you can see it. Baltimore by 3.
I don't know if it's not enough. Brian's over there shaking his head like he's kind of in agreement with you. I'm not sure if it's enough, though. I got Baltimore by 6.
It's not enough, you're saying.
I got
Yeah.
Baltimore by 5.5.
5.5,
Let's go,
6,
Joes.
and what do you got?
3.
3?
So just tell me, is it more than 3?
Definitely more than 3.
Really?
Oh,
All
if it's
right.
over 5, if it's over fucking
All
5.5,
right. Tell us the number. Anthony loses.
Baltimore's -7.
Let's go.
Oh,
Hawk and Joes again.
Wow. All right.
Final score
Suck.
is 9-7-6. I scored 9. Brian scored 7. Alessino scored 6. Good showing there, though, Ant.
All right. I mean, they're getting better. I mean, I'm not what I was last year, but I am winning bets. This is my first losing week, but what are you going to do? First losing week in real life money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Me too. And when it rains, it pours sometimes. You know?
All right. Well, week 5 pick'em is done. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some fantasy stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll do the TOD at the end.
Hell yeah. Drop the OY and focus on you this October with Stay Thirsty Co's Droptober. That's right. Every week in the month of October, brand new drops. On top of this, the promo code HAVOC, HAVOC, is going to get you 15% off of your total order. That's staythirstyco.com. Droptober, new drops every week the month of October. It's going to be sick. You want to get it first. Promo code's HAVOC.
And we're back. Normally, we do the fantasy start and sit-ems, but we're going to try something different today. We're going to do a mini fantasy draft. So, Brian, Jim, me, we're going to do 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and 1 tight end, but they're not going to be your top plays of the week. They're either going to be those fringe starters, they're going to be the stardom sit-em roster, let's just put it that way. We're going to do a snake draft. Jim's going to start.
The one thing I have to correct, Jack is in on this as well.
Oh,
It's all
there's
4 of us.
4, sorry.
Right.
So it's going to be a snake draft. It's going to be Jim, me, Brian, Jack. We go in order. So I'm going to name the 10 positions available, the 10 players in each position available, so they can hear who's on the list.
Right.
And then we're going to go from there.
But you did get the order wrong. We're going in order based on finish on. That's fine. It's
I
fine.
tried to force it, but I guess I didn't.
Yeah,
I guess I didn't get it.
We're doing the
Go
draft
ahead.
order is to make everything relevant. The draft order is going to be determined by the way we finish and guess the lines. Since Jack produces guess the lines, he's the ref. He's going to pick third every week. And then the winner picks first, the second place guy picks second, and the loser picks fourth.
And the loser just goes to the
So
gutters.
you're fucking picking fourth, dude.
Oh, yay. All right, so here we go. It's Jim, Brian, Jack, and then me. But it's fine because I go first at running back. I'll turn it all around, not afraid. So here we go. Without further ado, the first week of the fantasy draft. So here we go. Quarterbacks this week, I'm going to list them all. Then Jimmy's going to be on the clock. Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, Taylor Heineke, Joe Burrow, Trey Lance, Mac Jones, Jalen Hurts, Matt Ryan, Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson. And remember, this is a week. This is just a week 5 only. This is not locked in for the rest of the year. This is not anything like that. Just this week. You are on the clock, Jim.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. That was very easy, very fast. Make sure we write that down. Sam Darnold. Number 1 overall to Jimmy. We're not going to have names because that's just,
Yeah, no.
we don't need that. Anyway, here we go. Brian, at number 2, your quarterback.
You know what? Give me Russell Wilson against the Rams. I think this game's gonna
Wow.
be a shootout.
On Thursday Night Football.
And I
Okay.
think Russell Wilson is gonna be a sling. So give me Russell Wilson.
Big Jack.
You know what? I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts, specifically for the rushing.
Against that mean front 7 in Carolina. All right, Alessino, you're up for 2.
Yeah, so Joe Burrow is there. I'm not going to take him. I'm going to have a little fun. Matt Ryan.
Ooh, Matt Ryan against that Jets defense, huh? Now you're going to start round 2. We're going running
James
backs?
Robinson.
Good pick.
Right away.
Jack. Well, wait. Did we announce the running bit, the available
Oh,
pool?
you're
We
totally
didn't-
right.
That's fine. I'll announce it right now. It's
That's how excited I was.
David Montgomery. Alessino just took James Robinson. James Conner, Chase Edmonds, Leo Fournette, Kareem Hunt, Darrell Henderson, Zach Moss, Lat Murray, or A.J. Dillon. Jack, you're up. Everyone is available except for James
And keep in mind, David Montgomery is questionable at best. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go Kareem Hunt this week.
It's to you, Bryan.
Give me Zach Moss.
So let me ask, are we snaking and doing both running backs right now, or are we going running back, wide receiver, running
No,
back, wide
running
receiver?
back right now.
So we're doing running back.
Mhm.
So, okay. I will take Lat Murray and give me Leonard Fournette.
Bryan, for one.
Give me damn, this is tough. Give me James Conner just based off the fact that he'll probably get in the end zone at least once.
All right, I'm okay with that.
I'll take Darrell Henderson.
Oh, that's painful. That's who I was going to take. Who do I have left?
David Montgomery, Chase Edmonds, or AJ Dillon.
Montgomery's falling.
Jeez, give me AJ Dillon.
Wowzers.
Yeah, I can't do it. All right, wide receiver. I get the number 1 pick. Thank the Lord.
Let's list them.
Yep. Okay. LaVisca, Randall Cobb, Devontae Parker, Darrell Mooney, Jamison Crowder. Did I say his name wrong?
Darnell Mooney.
Darnell Mooney. That's fine. Jamison Crowder, Kenny Galladay, Deontay Johnson, Corey Davis, Devontae Smith, or Marquise Hollywood Brown. Okay. I'm going to take with the first pick. This is tough because I know I'm not going to touch it again until the last pick. So give me.
Oh, yeah. Here comes the hard decisions, people. What? Because you know you're going to wind up with dog food for your second choice.
Give me Devontae Smith.
Excellent selection. Young Jack.
Give me Jamison Crowder.
Oh, my God. I think he'd go 2, but go ahead.
Give me Corey Davis.
2 Jets off the board, 2 and 3. Never thought I'd see that again. Okay.
Tough. All right.
2 in a row.
We just saw what can happen to this Tennessee defense, right? So I think, I'm not excited about it. I think I'm going to go Visca as my 1. And, Jesus. Deontay Johnson even playing? He's back?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's back. Yep.
It's tough stuff. This is a tough position. Give me Hollywood Brown for boom potential.
Bryan, you're on the clock.
I was gonna take Hollywood. Give me Randall Cobb. Why the hell not?
I'll take Deontay Johnson.
All right. So, Alessino, your choices are Darnell Mooney, Kenny Galladay,
Yeah.
or Randall Cobb.
It's
Randall Cobb is fine.
it's all right. It's Kenny Galladay. And the tight ends, the last.
Your pick of the litter.
Yeah, here you go.
You got your pick of the litter.
Well, here they are. Dalton Schultz. I can't even read that.
Yeah, you're right.
Dalton Schultz, Dawson Knox, Hunter Henry, Mo Alley, Cox, Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz, Mark Andrews, Noah Fant, Mike Gesicki, or Jonnu Smith. Here we go. I am up again, and I'm going to go. This is so tough because they're, whatever. I don't want to disrespect anybody, but Noah Fant.
Interesting.
I'm stressed.
That's an interesting pick. Jack.
I'm stressed.
Give me Dalton Schultz.
All right.
Give me Dawson Knox.
Motherfucker. Once Jack fucking stutter stepped, I might call you my fool. All right. Schultz and Knox are both. So Hunter Henry, Mo Alley, Cox are both available, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Who'd you take? And
I took
Mark Andrews.
Noah Fant. Yeah, Mark Andrews still available.
Huh. Interesting. Hunter Henry have a bit of a coming out party last night?
Yeah, he caught 1 pass for a touchdown.
Yeah.
13 points in fantasy.
He did well, right?
Did okay.
The disrespect.
Christ
for Mark
Almighty.
Andrews.
So did
Giuseppe's
Johnny Smith, but-
Giuseppe's available?
Yeah, to get
Yeah, give me Giuseppe then.
Give me that list so we can run it through for the first week of the fantasy draft. Unless you want to say it, Jack. The teams.
I got it. So, James this week, he's got Sam Darnold, Latavius Murray, Leonard Fournette, Laviska Shenault, Hollywood Brown, and Mike Gesicki. Bryan, he's got Russell Wilson, Zach Moss, James Conner, Corey Davis, Randall Cobb, and Dawson Knox.
That's a good team.
Young boy Jack, I got Jalen Hurts, Kareem Hunt, Darrell Henderson, Jamison Crowder, Deontay Johnson, and Dalton Schultz. And Anthony finished this week up. He's got Matt Ryan, James Robinson, A.J. Dillon, Devontae Smith, Kenny Galladay, and Noah Fant.
Yeesh. And now when you say it, I don't like my team. Hey, but that was week 1 of the fantasy draft. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with TOD.
All right, what's up, guys? As everyone knows, this season we are on YouTube. Last season we weren't, and I got to be honest with you, we were dressing like shit a little bit, you know? We weren't worried about what people saw. We were wearing pajamas. We had Anthony coming in wearing whatever sweats he wore to work that day. Half the time I'd roll out of bed and show up to the studio. But now the people are going to see us, and we got to look fresh. We want that fine Italian fucking material. That's right. We're talking Saatchi di Dinero, streetwear brand from Long Island, New York. The gear is fire. It looks good. Right now, I got the M5 Motivated Money Making Monday morning hoodie on, okay? You're going to be able to get this and so much more at SaatchiDiDinero.com. Promo code HAVOC is going to save you 10% off. That's SaatchiDiDenero.com. HAVOC. Promo code HAVOC gets you 10% off. Always authentic, never counterfeit. Saatchi di Dinero. All right, what's up, guys? We're back. And it is time, as always, for the Tournament of Degenerates. Instead of doing the whole recap and then going, I think we'll just recap, make picks, recap, make picks.
Sure.
So I came into the week with a negative $10 bank account. I put a $500 on a 1, 2, 3, 4 team parlay, 500 to win $5,000. This was all over. This is all but the shouting quick, all right? Because it was Tampa Bay minus 6.5. It was Tennessee minus 7.5. It was New Orleans minus 7.5. No, no, and no. The only one that hit was the over on the Rams-Arizona game at 54.5. So I'm down to minus 510. Definitely in 4th place. So keeping it rather simple this week, I got New England minus 9 over Houston. I'm laying 220 to win 200. And then I got Buffalo money line 3 to win 360. So basically, all goes well. I'll be back to around 0 next week, up a couple of dollars. You know.
I don't hate the picks. I guess you do need it. You do need a good one.
Safety. We got to get back to 0.
Yeah.
If these both hit,
You're gonna recap for us, and I'll tell you my picks.
Yeah. Your picks I don't have, so recap for yourself.
Okay. So,
but I will give you the bank account number.
I did $150 on KC minus 6. That hit. I did $150 on Indy plus 2. That hit. And then I did $150 on Tennessee minus 7.5 at the time. It ended up getting all the way to 6, but it didn't. No matter. No matter. So I was what was it? 122 after that was all said and done.
Well, your bank account started at 607 and you're at 729 now. So
729. So
yeah, 127
down a little
or
bit.
something.
Don't love it. Don't hate it.
122.
Again, I'm not in love with anything right now. When the lines start moving at the towards the end of the week, I will I'll put more in, but for not in this game, but in real life. But for this game, I'm gonna go 100 on the Rams minus 2, and I'm gonna go 100 on Pittsburgh minus 1. That's all I got. Straight bets. Trying to get back to that even point before I do something risky.
So 100 on the Rams minus 2?
100 on the Rams minus 2, and 100 on Pitt minus 1.
All right. So last week I had put in 3 bets. I had a three-team parlay: Packers 6.5, Bucks 6.5, Colts plus 2. Clearly the Bucks did not cover. I think the Packers did, but the Bucks absolutely did not. So that was 100 down right there. I bet on the Ravens with the spread 1.5, 191. Bet on Cleveland's money line 180. So it came out of the week at 71, and then banks at 771 right now. So for this week, kind of went with the same thing. 3-team parlay. Carolina -4, Lions 7.5, Packers 3.5, 100 to win 620. And I'm curious to see the reaction on this, but I actually put 100 down on the Jets money line, 100 to win 160 against the Falcons. We'll see. It could happen. I really don't think it's impossible.
Yikes! I don't think it's
hate it.
impossible.
I don't hate
I don't
that.
think it's
Like we were
impossible.
saying off air, I kind of thought about making them a glizzy pick last week, but I couldn't do it.
I don't want to.
I will say this: Mr. Riggio texted me on Thursday a bet slip of him betting on the Jets money line, and he said Jets win this game, no doubt. You heard it here first.
All right.
Damn.
So I have to give him his props.
So,
his props are due on that.
My thing is, are we overreacting to the Jets?
I don't think so. I think Atlanta's defense
might-
is worse than Tennessee's,
I think that's
All
where,
right.
that's where the logic is for me, at least.
and I think their offense is worse than Tennessee's. Matt Ryan looks real bad. He looks
Bad.
his spectrum this year has been incredibly bad as you could possibly be as a starter in the league, to just kind of serviceable. That's where his spectrum has been all year. And the Jets are good on defense, and they're top 10 in stopping the run right now.
Yeah.
So, it's not that far out of the realm of possibility.
All right, you're up, Jack. Hey, the big sigh of relief as the mighty have fallen. The rookie of the year potential is dropped out from the bottom. Go ahead, Jack.
Had started it last week with 1350, lost all about 800 of it. 550 right now. My picks for this week are the Bills money line, 100 to win 120. My parlays, Bills and Washington straight, 100 to win 346. Eagles 49ers, 100 to win 714. And my big dick swing of the week is the New York money line parlay. Jets and Giants money lines, $200 to win 1,683.
I'm so glad the big dick swing
Wow.
of the week. Yeah.
We're really
This
trying to
kid
do
is all
that thing.
filled with testosterone, dude. Pancake Louie. He had a rough week. He put 220 on the over 46 Jacksonville Cincinnati. He put 110 on the Bucks -6.5. He put 220 on Tennessee -7.5. And he had 100 on a parlay that got blown up. So he's down to 110 in his bank account going into the week. He texted me and asked me if we could go into the negatives today. I said, yeah, of course you can. We'll take all of your money. So he is taking Carolina -4. He's putting 220 to win 200. He's taking the Packers -3.5, 110 to win 100. And then he's going to put a $100 parlay on the Raiders. He wrote whatever the fuck the spread is, because I think at the time we couldn't get a spread for the Raiders game. So that's 3.5, right?
Raiders are 5.5.
Raiders -5.5. KC money line, Colts +7, and Carolina -4. 100 to win a lot. I mean, I don't have the.
You don't have to.
Yeah, I'm not going to put it together. It's a 14
If he hits
parlay.
it, he
It's
hits
going to
it.
pay out, like probably around $1,000. If he hits it, we'll figure it out.
I am having a horrific time closing out the show. I will recap that our glizzies from last week. Mine, we had 4 different ones, right? And all 4 hit.
No.
Nah, Panthers lost.
Our Panthers lost. So we lost one. We were 3-1 collectively.
No, we're
Whoa.
not 3-1.
I had the Raiders.
Yeah.
Raiders are
Oh,
Raiders
shit.
are going in about 10 minutes.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, you
So we're
misspoke.
2-1 right now.
I
We're
misspoke.
currently 2-1.
All right. Well, I hit. That's all that matters. I know that, and I had the Colts, so I'm awesome.
It's great. You're awesome, dude.
This week, I don't know yet. I'm gonna go last because I'm in complete panic.
All right, so I'll go. As we said it, I had the Raiders going into this week as my glizzy god. The game hasn't started yet. I might double down on them and put more money down right now on the Raiders. Jack had Carolina for his first ever glizzy god pick. He's moving to 0-1. He has the worst glizzy god winning percentage of the bunch
Of
so
all
far.
time,
Of all time.
can't-
But I
you
mean,
can't
there's
be
nowhere to
worse.
go but up. That's the good news is there's nowhere to go but up.
I guess. Yeah. You're right. He's right. He's right.
So I am taking the Buffalo Bills +2.5 on the road in Kansas City. They look like the best team, one of the best teams. I mean, after the Rams' colossal fuck up and failure against the Cardinals, I think it's safe to say the Bills look like one of the better teams in the league right now. And Kansas City gave up 30 to Philly, who we know I don't believe in. So I'm gonna hammer the Buffalo Bills money line.
Wow.
Glizzy God pick of the week.
Bills. That's what you got. All
Buffalo
right.
Bills.
What do you got?
Another big dick glizzy of the week. Jets. Jets are gonna kick the shit out of the
Jets.
Raiders.
Jesus
The
Christ.
Jets.
It's in London.
What's
London
the spread on that wound up being 5.5?
No, 3.5.
3.5.
London makes me nervous. I'm thinking about it.
Rookie head coach, rookie offensive coordinator, rookie quarterback.
And London.
And the the guy who was supposed to be the quarterback's coach died. Rest in peace, Greg Knapp. So
Matt Ryan's been there before. I just Go ahead, Bryan.
So I went with so last week I went with the Ravens. They were at -1. I know we try to get closer to 3. So this week I bumped it up to 4 and went with Jacksonville.
I like Jacksonville. They were. I was looking at them heavily too, and I like them.
Because you know what? If it winds up being like the majority of Tennessee Titans games goes, this is going to be a shootout. Both teams hit high 20s, and it's probably going to be in that 2 to 3 point range. I mean, I know we're getting hype on the Jets. It was a good win, but the Titans did let the Jets not only hang in there, but Zach Wilson looked great.
Here's the only thing that worries me. Would you say the Titans, I mean, despite all of their inefficiencies on the field this year and how we even said going into it, they're probably going to wind up being worse. We're giving them more credit than we think they deserve going into the year. At least I said that.
Mm-hmm.
I said, remember, the defense isn't all too great.
Yeah, and they lost some on defense.
And they just gave up 27 points to the Jets, who before that have scored 1 touchdown the whole season. If Tennessee is a good coach team, and I believe that Mike Vrabel, there's no better team to bounce back against a bad overtime loss to the Jets than to Jacksonville. That's the only thing that worries me. So we're going to find out a lot about what Tennessee's made of. I don't hate it, but if you believe in Vrabel as a good coach, do you think they're going to lose to the Jets and then the Jaguars?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, you could cross them off. This might be a loser leaves town match for Tennessee. If they lose to Jacksonville right after losing to the Jets, they might be done. Stick a fork in them for the year.
All right, I'm going to... I've made my glizzy pick, and I'm not happy about it. I've thought about it time and time again. I can't believe I'm doing this. Taking a big risk. I really want to move to 4-0. We're at 5-0.
I'll give you the choice to parlay them, but it's got to be a parlay.
No.
Not a this or that.
No, it's not a this or that. I've made a decision. I want to go 5-0, and I want to earn it. I want people to look at me and be like, damn, he's really the underdog king. Eddie Alvarez is the underground king. I want to be the underdog king.
You want to be the lord of the glizzies.
I want to be the head glizzy lord.
Head glizzy in charge.
So, here's what we're doing. And I know I'm going to get hate. Here's what we're doing. The San Francisco 49ers over the Arizona Cardinals.
5.5.
I'm taking them straight.
Yeah,
no,
so the
straight.
spread means nothing to him.
The spread don't matter. They're winning this game.
For the sake of the argument, the spread is 5.5, right?
Yep.
All right.
So that's my pick. I just rip it off like a Band-Aid, just get it out of the way. Worst that could happen is I'm 80%.
It's not bad.
But I'm doing it. What do you guys think? Do you think it's bad, right?
I thought you were going to maybe go with Chicago, but
I thought about it, and it was either Chicago or it was one of two risky plays.
Are you taking them banking on Jimmy playing, or are you?
No, I'm taking them banking on Trey Lance playing.
Oh, wow. There's a soundbite for you.
There's double downs all over, dude. There's double downs all over in this thing. So if Jimmy plays, I don't feel good. I think with that week of him getting first team, you know what? I'm going with it. There's no explanation. I'm going with it.
You don't have to explain yourself to anybody.
Nervous. I'm shaky. I'm jittery. But hey, we got Monday Night Football.
I think I'm about to mash the over.
You got to win this game so you can continue your run.
Yeah,
as the Glizzy King as well.
Now, technically, I will take the cover because there's.
I don't like to take covers,
but we're hoping for a Raiders win.
Yeah,
tonight.
I don't like to take covers on the underdogs.
I will take a cover, but let's go Raiders tonight.
All right, that wraps it up. I'm obviously distraught now. I would have him close us out, but it looks like he's making.
I just mashed the over. We're good. I'm ready to close it out.
Close it out for us.
Before we close out, who we're brought to you by, I just want to say, guys, the best way to support the show, support the sponsors. You support the sponsors, you support the show, you support the boys. Brought to you by House of Havoc Podcasting, Tiger Pack Productions, Sachi Di Dinero, and Stay Thirsty Co. Peace out.